Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's video. So today is Wednesday, October 15th, and we are 60 days out from our first ever Disney cruise. And I wanted to share with you guys a few things that we have purchased in the last few days for our upcoming trip and talk a little bit about our 60 days. So let's get started. So one of the things that we purchased will be not only for the car like normally, but will go on the cruise ship, but some new phone cords. These are the USB, what they call USB-A, USB-C, and it plugs into not only the port on our car, but the little phone adapter, but it also plugs into this adapter that will go on the cruise ship with us. Because in my research, I have found that Disney Cruise Line is very particular about the type of plugins and cords that they have. They will allow this, but they will not allow our long one that we have for Carnival. I got a 2-pack of these and it was $10. It's got spot for 4 USB-As, which will charge both of our phones and a charger box. And also charge what?
A Toyota.
Ooh, a Toyota. But one of the other things that we typically did anyway, but it's according to everything that I've read, you really need to do is you cannot take, we have a small little mini box fan that we've taken with us on Carnival, but you can't do that on Disney. You have to have the USB and fan for the Disney ship. And so my plan is to have 2 charger boxes. Hold on, we're playing into Sonic.
Hello.
Okay, we're good. I had to check in. But they may want to inspect it, so it's a good idea to have that in your carry-on. So in our carry-on, we're going to have a little bag that will have the 2 chargers in it. I'm going to take them both just in case. I don't think we'll need both, but it was cheaper to buy this 2-pack, and I'll link it in the description below. I'll also link the phone cords because we got those from Amazon as well. It was cheaper to buy the 2-pack than it was a singular one. So we have an extra one we could take on the boat if we wanted to. If we don't want to take the super long cord or whatever on our next cruise. But these will both go into our vacation stuff that we have. But we'll just put everything in a bag and it'll go in our carry-on bag. That way, if they want to inspect it, they can do that right then. Another thing that we decided to do is we decided to purchase Disney's wine package. Disney says that you are allotted 2 bottles of wine per adult, 21 and older. However, our experience with trying to get the wine on board, it's a hassle to hold on to it. You're always afraid you're going to drop it. You can't put it into your carry-on because it might get jostled around and broke. It was worth the extra fee to us just to make sure that it was already done. And it was done and purchased, and it's waiting for us on board. What the info from the online said is that we will get a card in our room. Hold on. Sorry. There'll be a little card in our stateroom telling us where to go pick, not where to go, where we go to pick which wines we want. Now we are on a 4-night, but we were able to purchase a 5 wine bottle package, and what we plan to do is just bring one home and we will enjoy that on New Year's Eve as kind of a little fun extension of our cruise. I see that. Our Sonic decorates their windows. I don't know if all Sonics do or not. Bless you. Bless you again.
Welcome in the Great Pumpkin.
And it says welcome Great Pumpkin. And Sam loves the Great Pumpkin. He is a adamant supporter of the Great Pumpkin. So
And his egg.
Yes. So we went ahead and purchased that, and we'll deal with picking our wines when we get on board. Another thing that we purchased for Sam in advance was the $18 beer stein, and it gives you a bigger refill when you go to the bar for a cheap, like the smaller price. Is that how
I don't know. I haven't ever read it. I've listened to you, so I figure I'll figure it out on the boat.
And then what it says is if you don't want to carry the stein around after you're done, you turn the stein into the bar that you're at, and they give you a token, and you just say, hey, I've got this token, so don't lose the token.
Just slam the token down.
We're bartender. So that's kind of what's going on there. We did end up deciding not to do the couple mixology classes that we had booked, just because we want to be able to do more roaming around the ship. Because
and how many mixed drinks are you making? When
exactly,
you get home?
I'm not making mixed drinks when I get home. If I want a mixed drink, we're going to Applebee's or Chili's. Let's just be quite honest. Or we're going to Old Town or something like that. I'm not making mixed drinks at home. The most that I'm going to have at home is a bottle of wine, some Crown, and beer. So, while it's fun and everything for us, I'm not making them later. So, there's that. We had talked about doing a excursion in Progresso, but because people are like, oh, there's just nothing to do in the cruise port. Well,
I'm like, dude, we're gonna take the little shuttle in the town. You get a $25 massage. Right.
They talk about yeah.
I want to take advantage of some of the beers.
Right. And here's the thing though, for some people, the cruise port area, there's nothing to do. They're like, there's only like an hour. They're like, you can only wander around right inside of the cruise port area for an hour. And I'm like, dude, for us, we could probably wander around it for 2.
Well, like I said, we'll go into town.
And then if you exit, you can take a little shuttle that'll take you about 20 minutes into town. And you can go to the beach, and the beach is free. The only thing you have to pay for is like chairs and umbrellas, but there's people like giving massages for like $25-$30, and the different videos that we watched are like a lot of people just use Progresso as a really inexpensive spa day. So
I'm like, dude, $25-$30 for a
massage is not bad at all. And like you said, he can grab a couple beers, and it looks like there's some really great viewpoints to get some great shots of the ship. And so we're for us, that is fun. And
I'd say I don't need one.
And for other people, that's not. And for us, just wandering is completely fine as long as we know where we're at. So
I'm a map.
Right, he's a map. So
well, that's comforting. You missed the line.
Well, that's comforting. So that's kind of what's going on here at about 60 days. Highly.
We're on the map. It's all up here.
Oh, that's comforting. Name that movie. It is a Universal movie. It does. Bloop, 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 bloop. Depending on what cruise line you are on, each one has its own rules and restrictions. Just because you know the rules and the rules and restrictions for one cruise line does not mean that you know them for all of them. So definitely make sure, especially if you're planning to take multiple electronic devices, you want to take a fan, CPAP machine, something like that, definitely go to that cruise line's website or Google, ask ChatGPT, ask Google, ask Siri, what those rules and restrictions are for that cruise line for whatever electronic device you are wanting to use, or we had no idea that we were going to need to buy a whole new set of chargers, which in the end it's not a big deal. I actually just redeemed my fetch points for it, and so we only paid like $1 out of pocket for 2 charger boxes that will go in our vacation stuff. the cords were like $5 and some change. We only ended up paying $1 for those because I had a Amazon gift card that came in right before that from my receipt hog points. So literally we paid a couple of dollars for things that we really did need because their rules are different from Carnival's. And when we went on Royal Caribbean, we had a charger box, but I don't know if it didn't like come home with us, if it was lost in the last few years, but we just had a new one, and with the longer cord, which works well for Carnival because of the distance between where the plug-in is and where the bed is. It kind of just loops and lays on the bed. However, like I said, look up the rules for your cruise ship. This is about a good time to do that, because 60 days, because you still have time to order things, go to the store and find it, and you're not panicking waiting for something to come in. I want to say, when we went on our Royal Cruise, that charger box came in like the day before we left. So 60 days, if you are buying electronics, is a good time frame to do that, because then you have it. If there's a delay, if it gets lost, you have time to wait on that refund or order it and get a refund back, and you're not panicking because you don't have it or you need something that you didn't realize. So it is crazy to think, for us, this is the brand start of the new 9 weeks, and we will be gone the last week of school. So essentially we have 6-7 weeks until our trip, if you think of it in the fact of chunks for school. So, and in between that time, you've got more sporting events, you've got Thanksgiving, you've got Halloween, you've got, I think we don't, after next Friday, we don't really have a day off, like a full day off, until Thanksgiving. And then it's really go time. So, I'm feeling positive, feeling ready, and to
We did have to get this thing in for an oil change.
yeah, we need to take their car in for an oil change, and that is on the list. And that is good to do between around the 30 to 60 day mark. We need to do it anyway. We're a little behind. But making sure all of your system ready, system go, before, especially if you're driving your vehicle on a trip. So that is our 60-day countdown video, and we hope that you guys are ready for some Disney magic on the Disney Magic, because I know we are. So that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a magical day. Toodles! Okay, so it is still 60 days. It's just mail came in, and we ordered some pen traders off of eBay, and we're going to give these out as pixie dust. We've purchased these before, and I don't even remember what happened. I think the last time we ordered them was right before Howie passed away. But you can see there's some really interesting ones. That has to be a Nightmare Before Christmas one. But there's just some really neat ones. We are keeping some Dopey on a license plate and Dopey. A Mickey and Minnie ears. This Mickey watch. It reminds me of my Mimi, who passed away earlier this year, because she had a watch that was very similar to that. And Mushu. And then Sam is keeping Duffy, Hades with Pain and Panic, and Devil Donald. So this all came in on our 60 days, and we will be putting this batch with our pixie dust.